Hi, this is Aneri, and I am here for a haul video. Uh, it's actually kind of getting close to the end of the month, so I didn't do so great with, making shorter videos of everything I got throughout the month, but that's okay. That's all right. um, Going in first, an album I picked up. I think I mentioned in past videos, but there's a store that buys and sells used K-pop albums. Most of the time they don't come with photos and the like, but the last time I was there, someone had, I guess, gotten extra copies of the SMCU Palace Espa version. And I decided to go ahead and pick one of those up because I love Espa, and it is such a pretty book. I love this photo shoot for the members. Just gonna do a quick flip through. So I finally have one of these, like, SM, I guess, family releases. Let's see, that's the ad. They did still have the postcard it came with, I believe. Oh, what do you mean I believe? I know that's Giselle. And this one actually had a member poster, which is Winter. Don't collect either member, but I'll just keep them in here. And I believe this is lyrics on one side. Yeah, on this side, and then of course group poster on this. So I can add that to my album collection. And now onto all the photo cards I've gotten. Finally making some progress here with the Super M Taeyong's collection since I finished collecting everything for Mark. So got that photo card. Oh, upside down. This is the Haewon that I needed to get. Oh yeah, I don't think I ever went over the freebies they threw in here. How do I open this? Okay, that was not an opening though, and sadly. Okay. I think these are just Lomo cards. Cute. Okay, that's the extras. And I got my Bay. Yes, and they surprised me. They did not tell me that the Daehyun was in here, and I am so happy to have her because she's one of the cards I needed for the 9-member collection I'm doing right now for Eyes Wide Open. So very, very happy with that. That was so sweet of them. And it helps me a lot, especially since I am starting to slowly gear up for collecting the next 3 members for Twice. And now okay, I'm just gonna grab my trusty little X-Acto knife at this point because I am failing with the washi tape here. So a little baggie of extras. Oh, of course I already have all that ready to be cute. And some stickers. There. And I got this rosé, so I have that set complete. Born Pink. Ooh, and another trade. I got this Go Live Phoenix. A Felix. Why did I want to call it a Phoenix? Felix. Come off. And it looks like I have a bag here of Stitch stickers. I personally love Stitch, so very cute. Very, very cute. All right. Yes, and I did a trade for these light stick photo cards that I saw someone looking for trades for, and I could not help myself. I've been looking at them and been wanting them, and I caved. And let me bring this up because I've got quite a few more photo cards to go through. So I guess I'm gonna have another page. I guess it'll be just like random photo card page for things I get, like matching sets. At least one Lily, one Soleon. That would be my goal, since they're my top two. Oh yes, and I got this Jung-in for Levanter. So again, some progress made for Stray Kids, slowly but surely. And this Lily from Exburgo that I needed. Was able to find a trade for that. At this moment, I just need a digipack, and then of course the limited stuff. The digipack I'll probably just buy off of Kari Japan. And might be doing that for the limited edition cards I need to. So went ahead and got Sana's one of her ID cards for Formula of Love. And that was a purchase. This is a trade. I actually didn't realize that I had traded had two separate trades for a Rosé card. I thought I just had the one, so I was surprised when the second one came in. But then I realized I now have all the regular album cards for her. I just need her digipack card, and then I'll be done. No, I think there's also a Kino for Born Pink, and I'd also need that one. But either way, I am much closer to being done for Born Pink than I ever thought I would be at this time. But I'm not going to complain. I'm quite happy about that. All right, and we finally got Yuta Digipack. And got Chewy, Year of Yes. So I have another member other than Mina for Year of Yes. Because for the longest time, she has been the only one I've had any cards for until now. And then, yes, I found someone selling Twice cards for cheap. So I picked these. Oh, no, that's a Lomo card. Picked this up. So I have Sana's What is Love scratch card. I kind of want to focus on Sana just because I know she is going to be the most expensive member. So she'll be the hardest to collect of my second set of 3 members I'm collecting for. And decided to work on circle cards. So I have this Jano to add. So maybe by the end of the year I'll have all the circle cards I want for Dream. So this, I believe, should be one of my Xikers. Yes. This is Hunter's Walmart card. Then, yay, got a trade for Yuta's Superhuman card. Which is nice. I usually don't get too many NCT trades unless I have something like the latest NCT released to trade for. And then we have this Xikers Lily card. So I'm done with all her album things. I think the only thing I really need that isn't from the Digipack or the limited edition and not the Pobs. What kind of a Pob? I'm still missing Haewon's US exclusive card, which is such a pain to try to collect. Speaking of US exclusive, I did get a trade for the Gyujin. Yeah, Haewon is a hard member to try to find trades for since she's just so popular. Oh, yes, and mainly made this purchase for the Chewy, but so they were selling her for a really good price, so I figured I'll get a second card. And from what they had, I decided to pick up that Sana. So that way, oh, I guess backs real quick. So, because of course, when I am actually going to be focusing on collecting for my next set of 3, after I'm done with my first sets with like Chewy, Mina, and Jihyo, it will be focusing on Formula of Love. So want to kind of give myself a little head start there. Yay! And Seon. Wait, why did I not remove this one? But yes, this is his Walmart card. Oh no, I did. I just didn't realize I had. All kinds of smarts today. Okay. Oh, that's probably what threw me off. This is one of those. But yes. So I have all the Walmart exclusives for all the members that I'm collecting for Xikers. Ooh, and more Seon. This time it is his message card for the hiker version. And I believe I'm actually done. I'm just waiting for a trade to come in for him, and then we'll be actually done with all his cards. And I did a trade and got this, I think it's a Pob. I have to double check, but I definitely know that it is official. But a Nikki Pob. So I finally have something to add to NMIXX. And then, of course, Seon. This is the message card for the tricky version, I think is the other name of it. But, of course, speaking about NMIXX, finally have a release date. And it's May 22nd, which is my birthday, so yay. So very much looking forward to finally a new release for NMIXX. Yeah, and that we've finally gotten a date set for it, and we've finally got at least a range of time for Stray Kids. As they've announced, their comeback will be June, so it's not the rumored May, it'll be June, but that's fine. There's so much coming out in May already. So yeah, very happy with those announcements that came out lately. And the last I have, it's a purchase. I purchased from this Instagram user before, and it was a nice chunk of cards then. And it is now again, just doing some catch up, like got a Chewy Twice Coaster Lane, got one of Jihyo's Phil Special. Got a Momo Feel Special. Have a Merry and Happy Chewy. Yes or Yes Sana. And a More and More Chewy. Because I'm about to finish up. Or no, I think I have finished up Eyes Wide Open for Chewy. So it's time to start moving on to working on more and more for her. And Chico, I should be finishing up Eyes Wide Open hopefully soon. I think I have everything more or less on the way except for one card for her maybe. I have to double check. But then again, I've already made great progress for her for more and more, so not too worried there. I'm so very, very excited, even though I didn't get any Minas here. I have a Neokyo haul that I'm still waiting for things to come in for, but when it comes in, it's gonna have plenty of Mina as I near completing her collection, and so excited. I think in the next couple months I just might be able to finish off and pick up the last of the photo cards I need for her. Again, super excited about that. And then it'll be just focusing on Chewy and Jihyo. And then moving on to the next three. And for those who don't know, I know I've mentioned Sana and Momo are in the next three, and Dahyun as well. That's going to be the next three members I'll be collecting for twice. Because eventually I will be collecting or have the collection for all 9 members. But I figured doing 3 at a time for me is probably the way to do it without it making it feel overwhelming. Yes. That was basically my solution to that, because there are so many Twice cards, which is why I'm so excited about finishing up Mina's collection soon. But this is what I have for now. There'll definitely be more videos as like I said, it's not quite the end of the month. So I'll probably do just another really short video. Especially since I don't need to get another copy of Xikers from Barnes & Noble. I was able to find that trade. So when that comes in, then I'm set. For that collection. And again, I will still be on the hunt for that A1 US exclusive. But I do plan on seeing a couple more things come in. Alright, sorry, I got like so far into rambling. So I got that all out because I'm not ending the video. We're going on to the next clip. So see you there. Alright, I'm back, and I realize I'm going to be a little late this month. In, I guess, personal life, my dad's, he's having some health issues, and it's hitting me hard because, you know, I'm pretty close to him. You know, I love my dad, and he's always supported me, and even though, you know, he's of that age where, you know, things happen, it's just never really hit me until now, so so that's been a thing. And if I kind of feel or kind of sound like I'm not into something or a little down, it's probably just me stressing out about that. It's probably going to work out okay, and probably still going to have plenty of time with him. It's just scary stuff, and my tendency to overstress and overthink everything, basically. So it has not been fun. These past few days, dealing with all that. that said, one of my wonderful distractions has been working on my photocard collection. It's something that I can just focus on and forget everything else. And I have some, and to wrap up, I do have a couple editions that I got here at the end of July. And I got Haywon's little, I forget what cards they call them, but it's from the limited edition. So at least I have that for her. And I also have Soyeon. So the only one I'm missing is a Soyeon. The only one I'm missing now is Jiwoo. Oh, had it upside down. But I'm not too worried about being able to get that. And that would be nice to have this limited set completed. So making progress there, and finally had these come in, and I got like all the cards I needed for Louis' Kingdom. So there's my 2 Ivans and my 2 Dons. So I am done for that release. And why am I putting them like that? No, actually, oh, I'm a mess. So yes, okay, there's not going to be too much to show for this, but there is a seller on eBay that like sells, like, they have to be someone who does a lot of like either group orders or fan signs, because they sell Kingdom albums on a discount. I got one of the versions for their latest release, Mujin, ordered today. So I will have that next month. I'm wondering if I should like save it for like my birthday and do like a big album unboxing video then, and have that be part of it. And also get the other version of it too. That's like one of my thoughts. If I don't do that, then it'll just be amongst everything else for my monthly haul video. Yes, those are the words I'm thinking of. Okay, and these are all freebies. Yes. Got a trade and got quite a few Jihyo cards, so this more and more. So I'm actually I think I'm only 1 card away from completing more and more for Jihyo. And that's like without even really trying. And I did get her little holo card for Twice Coaster Line 1. And then another trade. Why did I not actually pull this one out beforehand? All right. But as you can see, I got Sungmin Go Live, one of his cards. So yay for more Stray Kids. I am so excited for their album release in June. Okay, and there's the freebies. Oh, I think I know. I'm gonna have to do that once I'm done. For some reason, I did not actually take the photos of these to tell that I received them, which is terrible of me. But I just added them, so that's probably why. Usually I'm so much on top of that. But I as you can see, I have a Seon's Barnes & Noble. I finally found a trade. I'm so excited to have that. So I have all his like US exclusive cards, which is such a relief. I'll have to double check to see if I'm actually like done with him, because I think I am. So that's nice. And then a Macari purchase. I decided to go ahead and get this Momo Pob, just because it's still pretty cheap and kind of easy to find. So have that. And then I know I've mentioned before, like, I don't get into a group unless I can get into their music. And there are subgroups that, you know, I've tried and I just haven't. But, you know, after the BSS, their album, and really liking that, I decided to give 17's album FML a listen to, and I actually rather liked I guess, yeah, I like their songs, so I did decide to get a copy and to do some collecting, but only for the BSS members. So what I got from that, I do have all the 3 postcards. Not really into 17, so I don't know, like, I think DK is what? Vocal unit? I think. Speaking of, I did get one of his stickers. I also got Senkwan, and I'm sorry if I'm butchering his name, but I also got one of his, and I'm thinking maybe checking to see about getting one for Hoshi, and then like having all 3, or just not bothering like putting those in. And I figured I'd only get like for photocards, get like 3 each for each member to just fill a page. So what I've decided to do is like have one from like the regular albums. So I got a Hoshi and Senkwan for that. I got all 3 for the carrot version. We're keeping just like one of each. Let's move that over. I did not get any of their Target cards, but since I did get Target exclusive versions of the album, I have gone and found trades, so I will have all 3 of those, which is of course the boxing concept, which is why like for this is like 1 for any of the versions was basically my criteria for that. And these were 2 I pulled, and like I said, I did get carrot versions, and I pulled Hoshi for this. I'm not a big fan of collect books, but I do kind of like this just because with all the cards in it, it's kind of like a mini photo book, and I do like that. So put that all in, and I think what I'm gonna do is, if they keep releasing these like smaller collect books, then for each release get one for, or at least the next 3 release or 2 releases, because I have this one for Hoshi already. Yeah, to get one for DK and one for or DK one for Senkwan. Senkwan, yeah, that'll be it. And I do have, since there's a couple extra pages, I did pull these, like this DK and this Hoshi, and I didn't want to let them go. They're very pretty cards, so um, since I pulled more than one from the carrot version for them, they're just gonna live in the back of this. So that's kind of my plan. Um, so they keep doing that. Like I said, I'll have one for each member. Yeah, and I think that'll work out really nice, and I'm very happy with that. And again, like I said, I'm not a big fan of collect books, so I was kind of surprised how much like I kind of like that. But again, I think it's mostly because it's you get the photo cards for it, so it's like a complete set. So I just feel like it works out that way very well, at least for me. So that basically wraps up what I have for the month of April, even though this is probably not going to come out until early May. Hopefully either the first or second. But yes, I will be doing a storing video soon. Definitely want to get that done before Friday, because that's of course when Le Seraphim has their US album releases, and I'll be getting stuff for that. Even though I had originally planned on getting Espa, since it looked like their stuff was going to be in store the following week, I've been checking the listings. There's still nothing for Target, but I noticed that they have updated listings on Barnes & Noble, and it looks like the US version of the release is not going to come out until June 30th. So yeah, and I definitely want to wait because the prices are much cheaper for the Warner Music, their release of it in the US, by a nice amount of pure albums, you know, the kind of what you expect. But I still will probably get something for the new album before then, just because it's a long wait to the end of June from now. Such a long wait. Also, that said, so I probably actually won't have anything that week unless I have a Poke Market that's ready to go out. I just need to send in the packing request for it, and still waiting for things to come in for a Neokyo haul, so both of those will be sometime this month. For other releases, despite it being pretty packed, I don't think there's anything really releasing in stores, because even though in Hypen their album comes out, their release date for that is May 22nd, the US release date for it is June 2nd. Which of course is the same release date as Stray Kids. So both of those are coming out in the US same day. So that is going to be an interesting day. I'm definitely going to be focusing more on Stray Kids for that, but I definitely want to get at least one of each version available for Enhypen, at least. And let's see, Onus, they have their release, but they don't have a US release. So I'll see if I can see what happens with that, because I do want to order, like, for Le Seraphim, the Weverse versions from Aladdin, like I did last time. So I might try to add like some of these other groups that are releasing into like a big order for that, but we will see. So yeah, even though May has so much when it comes to releases, just because of how the scheduling is for the US releases, it looks like June is actually going to be the busier month for that stuff. So that's interesting. um, but again, like I said, you're definitely going to be getting the Seraphim unboxings, Pokemarket, Nyokyo. I definitely want to do something on the 22nd because that's my birthday. And of course, hopefully for May, I will get the monthly haul video up before the end of the month and maybe even manage to do that for the storing video. We will see. So I think with that, I'll wrap up. I've kind of let y'all know what's coming, at least for me. So if you're interested in any of that, please subscribe so you don't miss anything. Like I mentioned, next video is definitely going to be a storing video, and that should hopefully be out in the next couple days or so. And then it'll be the Seraphim unboxing. And anyone who has made it to the end, thank you so much. And of course, thank you for anyone who has, watched my video, left a like or a comment. I appreciate them all. And until next time, bye.